Hey, I want you to come over and be the program director for the station. I went, oh, really? How much you going to pay me? He gave me a number. I said, nah, I got to go, man. Next day, he called me again. Hey, so you really want me to come there? How much you going to pay me? He gave me a number. I said, nah, I'm working in Hawaii, man. Third time.
I'm here with the legend, Tony Taylor.
Hey, thank you for having me, Eddie.
So you started in Honolulu.
I actually started in Georgia. Got my first job down in Brunswick, Georgia, and was there about a year. Learned a lot. I graduated from a broadcasting school called Elkins. Got my first class license. Moved around the Southeast. Went up to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Back to Atlanta. I actually got to work at WQXI, AM and FM in Atlanta. And then I got a gig in Alabama.
Okay.
I went up to Knoxville for a short while, came back to Alabama, and got hired to go to Honolulu, Hawaii.
Tell me about Hawaii.
It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. I got to work at KIKI, the AM station. We put the FM station on the air while I was there. We got actually hoisting up the FM antenna at night. And,
that's awesome.
Flew there. I said, wow, I'm home.
Okay. And how long did you spend in Hawaii?
I was here 6 years. Got to work for two different companies.
Beautiful.
One was Jim Gabbard's company, and I also went to work at 93Q. 93Q FM, where everybody talks like this. One day, I was on the air. Craig Quick called me when I was on the air. He goes, hey, man. I said, wow, I haven't seen you in a long time. Where are you? He goes, I'm in Taiwan. Where's that? I knew where it was.
Yeah.
And he said, wow, what are you doing there? He explained about ICRT. He goes, hey, I want you to come over and be the program director for the station. I went, oh, really? How much you going to pay me? He gave me a number. I said, nah, I got to go, man. I hung up. Next day, he called me again. Hey, good to hear from you. So you really want me to come there? How much you going to pay me? He gave me a number. I said, nah, I'm working in Hawaii, man. Third time was a charm. So I arrived on February 21st, 1984. It was a little difficult at first. When I arrived, I was 155 pounds, single. Froze my butt off until about July. I got on the phone, called my mom, said, send me an electric blanket right away. Fell in love with the place and stayed. Found a lovely lady, Ding Nai Jun, and she and I got married. About 6 months after knowing each other.
You've been about 40 years then in Taiwan?
I knew I was part of a team that was put together to re-engineer, reprogram, and just rebuild ICRT from what it was when I got here to something great, something that we were all would be proud of and people would want to listen to, and that's exactly what happened.
Beautiful.
We got lucky. We brought in an engineering team from Hawaii. We rebuilt all the studios, so that improved the overall sound of the station on the air. We hired some people locally, and things were going great. And we started doing radio promotions, doing contests and things like that. We came up with this really exciting show called the Taiwan Top 20. Became part of a TV show called Jing Chu Long Hu Bang. With Fu Gua and Fang Di and a couple other people. And I was on that crazy TV show for almost 5 years. Well, let me tell you about stardom.
Yeah.
Okay, I was on the TV show for a couple of weeks, and I started going outside, and people were going, who is that guy? I've seen that guy. I mentioned to my wife, she goes, why are these people staring at me? She goes, get used to it or quit.
Okay.
So I had to get used to it. I just had to ignore them. Be nice, nice, but don't let it bother you. And finally, I got over it. After about 99, they offered me retirement. I said, okay, I'm going to retire. Took a trip and went some places, and then I got bored real quick. I started playing my piano again. And started thinking about playing in a band again. And then ICRT, Craig Quick had left and gone to Hong Kong. And Doc Casey had taken over as general manager, and he called me up and said, we're having problems with ratings and some other things. I said, would you come up and help us out? I said, I'd be more than happy to. When the internet first came out, we got on it quickly. We became one of the first radio stations to broadcast live on the internet.
Beautiful.
Since we had a license to broadcast and play music.
Amazing,
paying royalties and things like that. It was great. And my goodness, it just exploded. So what happened over the years, people were if they were in their car, the kids were in their car, they're looking at their phone. They're not listening to the radio. Mom and Dad still listen. The older demographics were still there, but the money demographics were getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Gotcha.
Now it's a whole different ballgame. It's tough for radio to pull those people back.
Understand.
But it's not impossible.
Okay.
If you do the right things, offer the right elements that gave people a reason to listen to the radio, you can still do it. This is my radio station. A lot of people listen to the radio when they were alone at home, and we were their friends.
Yeah.
We were their comrades. You could say anything. You could call us up on the phone and talk to the DJ. We can record you and say, hey, what song you want to hear? I want to hear that new Michael Jackson. You got it. Boom, there it is,
What do you think makes a good radio DJ?
It's not the voice.
Okay.
It's the words.
Okay.
You choose. It's talking to your audience and relating to them and make them feel like they know you. You never say anything bad about anything to anyone in the radio. Everybody is your friend, and you can educate, you can teach, you can enlighten, make them laugh.
Okay. Yeah.
Laugh at themselves. We're a reflection of the society that we live in.
Yes.
And especially in the music world, we're a reflection of what's going on internationally.
What's the biggest change that you've noticed from, you were out there on the front lines, radio DJing in the 70s till now?
The only thing in life is change, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. To be honest, what keeps music alive is people playing music.
Okay.
People taking guitar lessons. People going to school, studying music, going to college and getting music degrees, playing classical music, classical piano. It's how you relate music to people's everyday lives. It's what you get out of music. For me, that's why I still play. I have a band now called, oddly enough, the Tony Taylor Band.
There you go.
We'll
Good
be
name.
playing at a bar or a restaurant near you soon. And that's what thrills me about music.
Okay.
It's just the camaraderie that's involved. Tell you a funny story. When I was a kid, my parents gave me a little transistor radio.
Oh, nice.
Shortwave, AM. I don't even think it had FM on it. And I'd listen to it, and I could listen to the black stations, the soul music station.
Yeah.
And listen to news and talk from all over. And I loved that radio. I took care of it. And one day I just kind of flipped it over. And on the bottom of the radio was a little sticker that said, "Made in Formosa." No kidding. My destiny was sealed.
Beautiful. Okay.
I became on that radio in Taiwan. Back then they called it Formosa. This was
the beautiful islands.
50s, right? I'll tell you a funny story. Played that song on the radio. And at the time, we were not supposed to say "like a virgin."
Okay.
We were not supposed to say the V word.
You weren't supposed to say the V word on.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did. Okay. I was thinking, that's Madonna "Like a Virgin," the latest hit song. And turned the mic off and went to a commercial or something. Phone rang. Picked it up. "Hi, it's Tony." Irate mommy. She goes, "My kids are in the car listening to your radio. I don't want to hear them listen to that." I said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry you don't enjoy that, but there's a little button on your radio. Flip it somewhere else and turn it off. Gotta go. Bye."
Gotta go by. Someone like yourself that's been doing it forever. Why don't you have a podcast?
I don't really have that much to say anymore, really. I still have my face for radio. I thought about it, doing a little show from my kitchen, inviting people over. I cook for them.
Sure.
And then we go upstairs to my studio and play some tunes. It might be fun. Well, I will consider it.
You were saying that you're, semi-retired now, so you might have a little more time to do something like that.
I just want to send out a great big thank you. I've mentioned this to him time and time again, but I'll say it again. To Craig B. Quick.
Okay.
If it weren't for him, I would not be here.
Okay.
I hired him to work for me. He hired me to work for him. And what goes around comes around.
Agree.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. Thank you guys for watching. The legend right here.
Okay, thank you.
Take care, guys.